Welcome back, everybody. Round one here with our Mardu, Madcap Mardu in Standard. On TCGplayer.com, I'm Conley Woods. This is a pretty mediocre hand. 2 6-drops I have to cast. One kind of poopy removal spell. I'm just going to mulligan this. Alright, this hand's better. We need to hit some lands, but we have a Scry to help us with that. We have potential turn 4 Hulk. We have a Hulk in our hand backup. We can even discard that to Collective Brutality if we need to. And then Anguished Unmaking is here as well. Some people... We're going to go ahead and keep this on top. Some people probably wonder why there's no Refurbish or any Reanimation spells in this deck. And I start off with them as I think most people would expect. Even my original list that I showcased had 2 copies of Refurbish. But ultimately, I decided that going out of your way to discard all the Gear Hulks was just not worth it. Discard and then reanimate. It just took a little bit too much effort, and you had to play a couple of subpar cards like Tormenting Voice and Cathartic Reunion. Collective Brutality is fine, and is one of the easy ways to get a guy in your yard, but I don't think you want to rely on this as your only good way to discard a Gear Hulk. So instead I'm just playing Madcap Experiments, which don't require any setup. Alright, here we're going to grab a Swamp and a Plains. The Swamp just so I have 2... based on my hand here, I'm just going to go ahead and kill this. Just going to slow him down. I'm not going to discard the Gear Hulk. I'm mulligan this game, and I'm hitting my land drops. So there's a good chance I'm just going to be able to cast this later on in the game, and it'll be pretty impactful. There, I just wanted to kill his creature, because I don't know what he's going to use it for whatever 4-drop. But theoretically, if he... Okay, played it a 3-drop. The only way it would have worked out for me is if I happened to Madcap Experiment into Cataclysmic Gear Hulk this turn. Then I could have gotten another guy for free. But if I hit Noxious Gear Hulk or the Red Gear Hulk, I would have been bummed out to leave this round. Oh, I drew another Gear Hulk. That's not good. Because the chances I hit it... The density of the Gear Hulks in my deck are way lower now because I drew 2 of them. Oh, there was just one on top of my deck, so that worked out. So I'm going to take 1 damage and summon a Gear Hulk here and kill this thing. So that was pretty good. So I end up plus 2 life on the exchange. I got rid of a 6-drop off top of my deck, and I have a Gear Hulk in play. That was about as lucky as you can get with Madcap Experiment. Now I just want to hit land drops so I can cast these other Gear Hulks in my hand. If I had Refurbish, a very similar thing would have happened this game. I would have discarded Gear Hulk to the Collective Brutality, and I would have Refurbished on turn 4. But, like I said, relying on that specific 2-card combo to get your Gear Hulk into play, plus drawing a Gear Hulk, just so many things that need to go right, where with Madcap Experiment, you just need to draw it, nothing else. Arguably, we drew pretty poorly setting up our Madcap Experiment because we did draw 2 Gear Hulks, but... Waiting on my opponent. He's got 5 mana, and his Aether Hub taps for any color because he's got 3 energy. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that's fine. Also pretty good. Here, I think I'm just going to hit this now. I guess he's got to play a creature to do anything about it. I was going to just Anguish Unmaking his guy now, but I'd rather, I guess, him just tap his creature first and go to animate it. It's unlikely it's going to have like negate plus a 2 casting cost thing that has 3 power. mean, it's unlikely he's going to have negate in his deck anyway. And I could play around rebuff, whatever that card is. The 2 casting costs. The weak leak is what I like to call it. So like here, he happens to get 2 creatures, so this is a spot where I do want him to tap first because I have Menace. So he could theoretically block. Plus I get to attack with my Needle Spires in this world. If I don't draw a 6 land. I didn't. He's probably not going to be able to kill this. Get it for 9. Opponent's at 6, so now Unlicensed Disintegration plus a hit from Colossus should kill him. Otherwise, if I do hit a 6 land, I can just Gear Hulk him and he'll have to draw me 3 cards. The Combustible Gear Hulk, while it has probably the worst comes into play ability, it's actually way better than you might think it is. It's way better against control than the other 2 Gear Hulks. It actually just kills people some amount of time. And also being a 6/6 first strike means it's the 1 Gear Hulk that beats Torrential Gear Hulk in a fight. Torrential Gear Hulk beats everything else. Obviously Noxious Gear Hulk can get around the ability. I'm ignoring Viduran Gear Hulk for now because no deck plays that. But even though it is a very good card, that could see play. But my deck plays the other 3 Gear Hulks and then Torrential Gear Hulks around. And Torrential Gear Hulk wins fights against most things. Oh, I just said nobody plays Terrence Gear Hulk, and then it was guessed. So, I guess that's kind of funny. My bad. Oh, well, he's dead now. So really, we just rode Madcap Experiment on turn 4 to a victory. We didn't even cast the 2 Gear Hulks that we drew, but we didn't need to. So this is actually a matchup where the Madcap Experiments are probably pretty good. He's got a lot of creatures. He doesn't deal a lot of direct damage, so I kind of want to keep them around. I also, let's see, he had kind of an aggressive thing going on. Kind of want to go... -2 of those for 1 Fumigate, 1 Radiant Flames. I don't want all 4 Radiant Flames, I just want 3. I kind of want Transgress the Mind. I don't really know what to cut. I guess I'll just cut the other Fiery Temper. Probably want this Ruinous Path too. I would need to cut 2 cards. I guess I'm on the draw. I can cut 1 land for sure. I could cut... no. Alright, I'm going to cut 1 Gear Hulk, 1 land. And then I'm going to play the Ruinous... But actually, I lied. I'm just going to cut a land and play the Gear Hulk. I'm going to keep... Actually, I'll play a Chandra. Chandra's probably better than Gear Hulk in this spot. Alright, let's give this a shot. We'll be right back for Game 2 of Round 1 here with our Madcap Mardu. Actually... Alright, I'm back on the Gear Hulk plan. We kept all 4 Madcaps in, so I might as well just keep all 10 Gear Hulks. Alright, back for Game 2 here, Round 1. This hand is pretty excellent. We have early game interaction. Even a little bit of life gain to go. I mean, this is going to cost us life, I suppose, but... I'm going to grab a Plains here, because I'm going to need 2 I'm going to grab a Mountain with this and a Plains with that, so that way I have 2 of everything. Card's kind of annoying. That was kind of bad to draw as well. It happens. I'm just going to grab a Mountain here. You can't collect a Brutality Sylvan Advocate, unfortunately. Alright. Ooh, that was a good draw. Dun 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 dun. Alright, threats down, threats neutralized on 18, which means I can pretty safely Madcap Experiment. Oh, I probably shouldn't. Instead, just going to take a look at his hand, actually. Not going to drain life him. I was going to discard, but I'd rather just keep my 6 lands for the Gear Hulk in my hand. If we're going to play a slow game, it might be fine. Alright, he's just negating. That's great for me. Kind of what I suspected. I'm going to say no here, just so he doesn't know what's in my hand. I don't have any use for that land anyway. Drew no creature lands this game, so it's worth noting. I'm just going to Madcap now, because I can follow it up. Oh, that's kind of sucky. Well, as long as I don't die, I died. That's 100% death. I didn't count, but that's got to be death. I even hit a Gear Hulk, so I'm going to gain 2. It's exactly 18? Oh, come on, fam. Come on, man. Alright. Oh, that's one less life there. Literally one less card. I think we can't lose that game. One because we hit Gear Hulk, we gain 2, go up to 3. I play another Gear Hulk next turn, we'll go up to like 8, and then we'll... All right. Well, I don't really have anything to say. I guess that's one reason to potentially not play Magic Standard. I'm gonna bring back in this Ruins and take out. I don't even know. Sure, I'll take out one Transgressor. I'm gonna take out one Madcap Experiment actually on the play, even though it can randomly win. All right, be back for game 3. Okay, well, welcome back to game 3 of round 1 here. We just killed ourselves a Madcap Experiment because that's how we do apparently. That was how you throw away a game you can't lose. The thing is, like, we're very much when you have all 10 Titans, you have to take an average of like 4 damage. So we probably were expected to take about 7 damage there, maybe 8. We got a little unlucky because we still had 8 Titans left in our deck. So we had like 50 cards. Obviously, should not be 18 cards down. I'm playing this because I think I want Evolving Wilds for a Plains, but I wanted to make sure I had access to red mana next turn. Alright, so I'm just going to transgress here and save the Radiant Flames. So let's see. I'm going to take the Catacomb Sifter so he doesn't get to get a bunch of scries off. He'll either cast the Tireless Tracker or some other 2-drop this turn. I'll Radiant Flames them. Play tap land. Nobody saw that Madcap. That's one advantage of playing the Cultivator's Caravan version is there is no Madcapping. You don't need to run as many Gear Hulks in the Cultivator's Caravan version since you don't have a lot of incentive. Oh, he got pretty lucky there. Luckily, my hand is pretty strong. He's got 3 very good choices here. He's going to take Radiant Flames, but then he's not going to play another creature this turn. Oh, he might, I guess. He could play a 2-drop. Huh. I could take the Tireless Tracker out of his hand right now. I probably should. Don't really care about the Sky Spawner, but Tireless Tracker could get out of hand. Oh, he drew a 4-drop. What did he draw? Oh, he drew a 5. Wow. His top decks have been very good. I have to like a Fumigate here, so I'm just going to... Noxious Gearhulk is reasonable. I'm going to go ahead and kill this and drain him. Discarding Evolving Wilds. Just trying to stay alive. Next turn I can Gearhulk the 5/5. I assume he's going to animate at 5/5 and attack me and not ultimate. But he could ultimate, I guess. I would probably be wrong in my opinion. This guy drew that Collective Brutality the turn after I transgressed him. I couldn't take in it, but and then he drew this Nis off the top. That was both pretty good. Not as good as Madcap Experiment, killing myself, but we're here. You know he's got a Sky Spawner in his hand. There it is. Killing the land's actually kind of doubly nice because it lowers Sylvan Advocate's effectiveness down because it's going to be needing 3 lands to get going again. Ooh, that's kind of a nice one. I could actually theoretically just play it now because he could just draw me 3 cards. Let's just kill this land while I can. Go back up to 10. I assume he's going to ultimate this now, but if he doesn't have a land in his hand, he might not be worth it. Might be better for him to... I guess the -3 doesn't do anything. He either gets back a forest. Gearhulks. Gearhulks. It makes sense that he's tanking here. He doesn't have a lot of mana to work with, and he does have a Planeswalker with a lot of options. But he also, I think, wants to protect that Planeswalker. Like, for example, if he just animated a land and I blocked, that could be terrible for him. But if I don't block, that could also be terrible for him. Combustible Gearhulk does deal with his lands permanently. And here I could play it and exile his land if he attacks with it. I'd be at 5 though. Actually, I'd be at 3 because I have to take the Sky Spawner. It's kind of risky. So yeah, I think I end up just blocking here. Oh, he didn't even attack. Okay, I'll take my 2. I assume he's going to take the damage, and I'm going to kill his Nissa. Going to get it. Going to get it. He might have a counterspell too, I guess. So what do you choose? 3 cards or possible Nissa death? Three cards. Nissa would not have died. Gearhulk is pretty big here, though. I'm going to attack Nissa just simply to eat a land here. The Gearhulk, when I play it next turn, I'll have to sacrifice one of my Gearhulks anyway. So this is simply to get him to chump with his Aether Hub 5/5. Make his Sylvan Advocate even worse. Not too worried about Nissa Ultimate. If he doesn't block, Nissa goes to 3. Okay, he's going to block. Alright, land down. She's down to 2 lands and a Scion, which is quite low. Sylvan Advocate is far away from being big. Yeah. Alright, what do I want to do? We have 8 mana. So this doesn't check lands, so which is worth noting, so you won't have to sacrifice this. So he'll just have to sacrifice 2 creatures, which is still good, I guess, because if you sacrifice the Advocate, then I can attack Nissa. It's actually not that bad. So the goal here is, if he sacrifices Sky Spawner, he no longer has a flying threat outside of the Smuggler's Copter. But if he sacrifices Sylvan Advocate, he's got to block with that Aether Hub to not have Nissa take 6. He's obviously sacrificing the Scion. Alright, you just sacrifice a Scion for mana. So let's see what happens. If I attack with Combustible, you Gearhulk here. Oh. If I attack Nissa, he can't alter Nissa, but I'm not really worried about that. If I take 5 and I play Nahiri, well, I guess I could. Oh, taking 5 is not actually that bad, because I can... Theoretically... I'm not going to take 5, I'm going to chump block. But theoretically, he's got to tap an Aether Hub, which means I can get in some life. Alright, this is what we're going to do. I think this works out. He's probably going to take this, and this is going to go to 3. He's gonna play a 2-drop, animate Copter with 2-drop, animate a land, attack me. I'm gonna chump block with Cataclysmic Gearhulk. I'm gonna play Nahiri to eat the Copter. I'm gonna animate Shambling Vent and attack to put myself to 3, and hopefully kill Nissa. If he doesn't have a 2-drop, it works out way better for me, obviously. So now I'll be at 3. It won't die to the Eldrazi Sky Spawner for a turn. That's my current plan. And then I have to figure out a way to deal with Sky Spawner after that. He might attack Nahiri, which will give me an extra turn. But if he doesn't have a 2-drop, then my play works out way better, because then he has to... Okay, then he's just doing that. And I'll be at... Oh, he's not even animating land. Okay. Discarded Sky Sovereign because he's got way too few lands. I go to 3. All this because I killed myself with a Madcap experiment, folks. That's what happens. Land. Does he have a 4-drop? Oh, he's got a 4-drop. That could be bad. Oh, gross. The grossest gross of grossness. Holy. I gotta peel. Oh, is this real? Oh, alright, here goes. We're gonna go... Animate. I need to go up to 7 here. Nissa, 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 him. He can eat 1 Shambling Vent, potentially, but he has to expose his Thought-Knot Seer to a bombardment or something like that. Which he hasn't seen yet, but he's got to at least worry about it. Because his Nissa's dying anyway, he might just let this happen now. Alright, we're at 7. Nissa dead. We have a 4-5 back on defense. He's at 12. He can't really just animate Thopter and go all out for us because we do have lethal in play. So he can't... He's only got 2 cards in hand and 3 mana to work with. We do have a lot of cards that save us too. We drew a blank last turn. We did the best we could with it. If he just attacks us for 3 and we go to 4... No, he's in with both. Alright. So he's currently dead on board. He's got to play something to make that not true. Discarded Aether Hub, okay. We're at 2. Alright, that's it. That's your saving grace. Come on, Dick! That's so frustrating. I'm going to make him attack with both those flyers again. He goes to 6, I go to 4. Damn. This game was super close. That Nissa just got to live too long. He got the 9 counters before I started chucking it down. I got a little flooded here at the end. I actually didn't draw that many spells if you look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spells this whole game. They just happen to be really powerful. I guess 9 spells, but he stole one with the thought knots again. I die. Rip. Oh well. It was a funny mid game, and I think that if I win game 2, which I pretty much should have, if I either don't get unlucky with that Madcap experiment, or I just play super conservatively and just cast my 6 drops the following 2 turns, I'm pretty sure I win that. So can't chalk it up to too bad of a result. But we did lose. Still kind of fun. Certainly a notch against Madcap experiment going forward. But we're going to go ahead and play another match here momentarily. TCGplayer.com. I'm Conley Woods. We'll be right back.